How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Grand Archive video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today we have a bunch of news to go over. We have their organized play circuit all the way up to Worlds, you know, everything from the local level all the way up to Worlds with a $50,000 minimum prize pool. I have two big announcements to give, including my spoiler video for the Fractured Crown. It's going to be incredible. The cards that they gave me to spoil are, oh, they're so good. I cannot wait to show them. Share them with everyone. They're incredible. And also some other stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a decent amount to talk about. So let's just kind of get on with it. Oh, there's also some really special packs that we want to talk about that I haven't talked about before. In fact, there's been so much exciting Grand Archive news pumping out that I kind of want to make this a weekly thing, like maybe a weekly Grand Archive video. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below if you'd like me to do like a weekly or semi-weekly Grand Archive video. I've been thinking about the game a lot, playing it a lot. It is so good. I have not felt this way since Flesh and Blood first came out. I love Grand Archive. So anyway, so let's get on with the first announcement. So the first announcement is that, yes, I do have a preview card for the Fractured Crown. Well, maybe more than one preview card. And I will be sharing that in a video on, I do believe it's going to be on the 4th of next month, June 4th. So yes, June 4th, here on Red Zone Rogue, we will have a Fractured Crown spoiler video. It is incredible. If you like Grand Archive, you will not want to miss it. The stuff that they gave me is very powerful. Very powerful. Okay, so yeah, you don't want to miss that. The second thing is that I would like to announce that I'm 100% going to the Ascent Houston. I've just basically confirmed it, and I'm going to be going. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you all are able to make it out there, especially if you're interested in Grand Archive. I talked about the Ascent Houston in a previous video, and tickets go on sale right now on this website actually here. I don't have the official link because I'm recording this a day ahead because, you know, they're not technically on sale right now, like literally for me, but for you, they are on sale. Or they will be later today. I'm not sure exactly what time. But yes, they're on this website called Everbright. And yeah, that's about that. You should be able to get that. They do have limited quantities. In fact, if we go here, we go to the Grand Archive page. Let's go to Ascent Houston. The event is September 30th to the October 1st. Here you have all the details here. 9 a.m. on September 30th, end time 7 p.m. on October 1st. It's going to be in Houston, Texas. And I will be participating in the Path of Steel, as you would expect. The Path of Silver is pretty cool too. It's the collector path. There is a tournament for collectors, which is really interesting. Highly recommend checking this out if that interests you. But I, of course, will be competing in the Path of Steel. I really want to get top 8, and I really want to get one of these Eintha Spirit of Fire promos. Oh, it's so good, especially since I am a fire player. And the art's by Honshu. It's like a win-win. So yeah, I will be competing here. What I want to note here, though, is that there is a 256 player limit. So if you want to sign up, you better sign up. It's a pretty low cap. And then Path of Silver has a 200 participant limit. I think there's going to be side events and all that kind of good stuff too. But if you'd like to compete in the main event, here it is. Or rather, here it is. So yeah, I will be going 100%. If you'd like to play against me in some Grand Archive or just, you know, chat or whatever, yeah, I'll be there. So highly recommended, obviously, since I'm going to make the time to do it. And it's just a game, like I said, I really love this game. I've been spending more time with it, and the more time I spend, the more I love it. Like I said, I haven't felt like this for a new card game in a very long time. I think it's I already thought it was the real deal, but I think it's more than that now. I think it's super legit. And so speaking of which, let's check out some other articles. So we have the Supporter Pack 1, and we also have Premier Play here. Let's go over the Supporter Pack 1 first. So this is something that came out a couple weeks ago that I never talked about, but I think it's really, really interesting. And Supporter Pack 1 is basically their way of funding organized play events going forward. Not all of them, right? I'm sure they're going to get funding through other means as well, but it's just a way to help facilitate that and to give back really cool cards, like really cool promo, alternate art stuff to the community here. I do have one issue with these, and that's that you can only acquire these from events, so it does limit the number of people who can acquire these, right? Your LGS can't buy these and sell them. It's only at official sanctioned events, but it does make sense, right? Because they want people to go to the event and, you know, support the event. And I think for that end, I think they're good. It's just kind of a bummer for people who aren't able to attend the events, right? So anyway, what is Supporter Pack 1? It just says they're looking to expand their efforts and organize play and premier level events, and they're making a step to achieve this by creating Supporter Pack 1. First of all, I think this is a really good idea as opposed to going back to Kickstarter. I think that's a sign that a Kickstarter game is not doing so well. If they have to go back to Kickstarter, it means they didn't plan things properly to be able to produce a second set and all the other stuff that comes with trading card games if they have to go back to Kickstarter. So I think this is cool. It's a really innovative way to do it, and it's a great way to get really cool cards to the fans. So what is it? So it's a very small set, I guess you'd call it. It's not really a set, but it's a very small set. It feels like a Yu-Gi-Oh product almost, where it says it consists of extended and alternate art cards originating from Dawn of Ashes, the first set. It will directly fund efforts in organized play programs and premier level events. This includes more LGS support, more promo cards, and any increased cash prize pools, which is awesome. And like we'll talk about, they're still doing the worlds and all the other kind of stuff. So we'll talk about all of the nuts and bolts of the premier play program. Like I said, $50,000 worlds, but this just helps them do more stuff. So it says product information. So these are tiny packs that, well, we'll just say right here. Each pack contains 3 cards, 2 uncommons, and then a rare or higher. But don't let the two uncommons fool you, because this is what the uncommons look like. They look incredible. So yeah, we'll talk about this. So 2 uncommons and a rare or higher card. Each box of Supporter Pack 1 consists of 8 packs, and I assume the boxes are going to look kind of like this, which they look super cool. So it has 8 packs, right? So 8 times 3 is the number of cards that you will be getting. And then it says rarity distribution. It's only a 21 card set. So there's 6 uncommons, 7 rares, 4 super rares, and 4 collector super rares. And they're $30 a box. So they're like, you know, 30 bucks for like a little premium product. Foil, you get 1 in 8 packs, which is about 1, because each box has 8 packs. So it's like 1 per box, more or less. And then collector rare, 1 in 25 boxes. So here are the cards. We're not going to go over all of them individually, but they're gorgeous. So this is where you could get your collector rare Xander Blinding Steel, for example. Here we have collector rare Gildas, which is, oh, I really want this Gildas, because this is a card that I play in my decks. Trisket is awesome. Nimue is also pretty sweet. And then, like, honestly, there's a whole bunch of these cards that I want for decks that I play. Like, a lot of them. So, I mean, like, I want the Rending Flames, Arcane Blast is sweet, Hurricane, these are all like really good playable cards, which is awesome. Reclaim is played, Barrier Servant's amazing, Fireball obviously amazing. I want a 4 of the Cemetery Sentry. Like, for me personally, for my favorite deck, I want the Rending Flames, I want the Cemetery Sentry, I want the Blitz Mages, Veteran Soldier, Swift Recruit. There's like so much stuff here that's like really good. I don't really play the Esteemed Knight, but the art is beautiful. So that'd be great to have. So yeah, that's awesome. And then it says the first time that these will be available is on July 1st at their booth at Anime Expo 2023. So these will be at AX 2023. So if you're going to Anime Expo, definitely pick these up. I might have to message some friends and be like, buy me some, please. here's a handful of money. Just get me a couple of these. Supply will be limited and purchases limits will be placed. No pre-orders will be available for the product. So once again, this is like a way to support the events that they're going to get people out there and go to the events. Will this product be available for purchase at trade shows? Or no, this will be available at trade shows that GA attends, as well as official Grand Archive events such as Ascent. So once again, you can get these at Ascent. So actually, maybe I'll just pick these up at Ascent because that's where I'm going. In addition, we'll be working with select partners to bring to trade shows outside of North America. So for the international audience here, those folks outside of North America, these will be available outside. We just have to wait and see how. Then it has some details on, like, you know, if it's going to be reprinted, it will not be reprinted. And then if stores will get these, no. Basically, it's only going to be at events. Stores can sell them if they get them through other means, but they're not going to be sent to them through distro. But overall, I think this is an awesome product. Once again, it's a little bit of a bummer for people who can't get out to events. It'll probably be very expensive on the secondary market because these are very nice cards. Like, look at this Cemetery Sentry, dude. Like, and look at this Fireball. Like, This Arcane Blast, dude. These are so good, and obviously this Gildas is, oh, it is incredible. And you know, my boy Xander here. So yeah, that's the first thing I want to talk about, and this is one of the reasons why I'm like, yo, maybe I should just do these every single week, because they've been pumping out so much news, and I'm so into the game right now that I want to talk about it. All right, so let's go back to the article page, even though I just clicked the main one. Premier Play Overview. So this is the real big piece of today's video, other than me talking about the Ascent and all of that good stuff. So Premier Play. It's really important for any card game, and Grand Archive is no exception, especially since they are wanting to be a competitive game. So it says, with the release of Alter Edition product, we'd like to introduce our plans for what our Premier Program play will be in the Grand Archive TCG. So here's a look at our timeline, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so here we go. Premier Play Schedule. So we have Dawn of Ashes Regionals, which will start, they will be in-store regionals starting on July, says first events start July 29th. So they're going to be starting July 29th and run up until about September. And then we have the Fractured Crown Regionals and Store Championships, which will first event start October 7th. So if you remember the timeline of when Ascent Houston is, Ascent Houston ends on October 1st. So we'll have regionals, and then we'll have the Ascent Houston kind of just in between here as kind of like a mid-level event, right? And then the Fractured Crown regionals for Store Championships. And these are both like Store Champs regionals, right? And then we have the bigger play events. We have nationals coming in March of next year, right? So we have a bunch of regionals, and then they're setting up for next year is going to be their big push into nationals, and then worlds, which will be late April in 2024. Minimum prize pool $50,000, which is really cool. So it's awesome to see this. They're going for it. They're doing the whole competitive circuit, and what can I say? That's great. This says their goal is to reach a steady, exciting, and progressive line of events. We want players from all over to feel that they have something to look forward to. I really like the Ascent events too, which are kind of like your Grand Prix or your Callings or something like that. Those are the kind of events that I really like, but I also like these kind of too. Note that they don't have anything specifically for a pro tour or something like that. Instead, it's just going to be regionals, nationals, and then worlds, which I think is very lean and good starting point for a brand new card game. It says the first thing to note is how our tournaments are run during competitive seasons. These seasons are typically marked with the release of a new set. Example for this is the Dawn of Ashes competitive season. We have 4 different types of events in our tournament line, with only 2 really being controlled by the actual competitive season. One important thing to keep in mind is that events such as Ascents are open level events and don't require an invite to participate. Yeah, like I said, I really like these kind of events. They're like mid-level events, so there's going to be a lot of like competitive people there, but everyone can show up and have fun. Ascents also operate outside of competitive season or a more sporadic timing. Let's take a look at the first type of event in our line. So we have Store Championships, which should be pretty obvious. They're just kind of like at your brick and mortar stores. It gives you all the rundowns here. There's an approval process based on tournaments and active activity. So if you want your LGS to host something like this, well then have them host Grand Archive events. I think it's pretty simple there, right? Stores that play Grand Archive can play the regional championships, right? And so here we actually have some prizes too, which is great. So Store Championships are a way for players to earn invites to our higher tier events and to support their favorite local shop without worrying too much about traveling too far to compete, which I think is really good. Travel is expensive. Only the victor of these tournaments will receive an invitational card for the next national event, in addition to a special Store Champ playmat. This is a gorgeous playmat, obviously art by Honshu. So this is the Dawn of Ashes Season Store Champion playmat. I figure these ones will be very rare and collectible going forward if Grand Archive is a game that succeeds in the long term, because I imagine these first couple events are going to be the smallest ones in the grand scheme of things, so stuff like this are going to be very rare. Nationals invites come in the form of playable Grand Archive cards. So this is really cool. So instead of being like just a ephemeral invite, like, oh, I have an invite, they literally give you a card that's like, here's your invite card. And this time it's this Orb of Glitter, which I really want, because I actually really love Orb of Glitter. I think this is an underrated card, and I play it in a lot of my decks. There are 3 versions of this card, qualifying you either to the North American, South Asian, or Oceania Nationals. The version that you get from the winning Store Championship depends on where you won it, which is super cool. In addition, for areas where there is not planned Nationals nearby, you will win a wildcard Nationals invite instead, which allows its bearer to enter any of the upcoming Nationals. which are the ones we talked about, North America, Southeast Asia, and Oceania. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So this is the wildcard nationals. So this is the wildcard one. It says, for the Dawn of Ashes season, we expect applications to host the Store Championship starting June 19th, and the first events will begin July 29th. So here we have regionals. So next, our season-dependent events are regionals. These events are intended to be larger, and we encourage players to travel to these events from the greater surrounding area of the event's location to participate. For the store owners, these events are also done on a private application basis. This will be a longer process than Store Champs and requires much more planning from both parties. I really hope there is a regionals here in the Pacific Northwest, like a Portland one or a Seattle one would be incredible. That's something that Flesh and Blood doesn't have. They have like almost no events here in the Pacific Northwest, so having one of those here would be incredible. The expected size is about 64 or more players. Larger regional events may be 2-day events. Unlike Store Champs, with only the first place getting a prize or an invite, well, okay, let's be specific. There's more of this. So unlike Store Championships, where only the first place winner gets a Nationals invite and a regional event, only about the top 8% of players of the event will win an invite. Just by participating in one regional, you'll get one of these playmats, which is sweet. So if you this is a participation playmat, which is super cool. I really like these. These are sleek. I really like this design. So if you participate in one of the Dawn of Ashes events, you'll get one of these in one of the regionals events. And so due to the scale of these events, regional tournaments are much more likely to need more judges. And then so because of that, they're going to have some judges and some like promotional stuff for judges. So here is a judge playmat, which is also very cool. I really like Blitz Mage, and I really like the art in Blitz Mage, so this is great. Yeah, I think giving judges pay and support is really important. By becoming a finalist, top 8, so this is what you get for becoming top 8% for a regional event, you will win a Nationals invite card. These work exactly like the Nationals invite card obtained from Store Championships. So here is the Orb of Regret. So this is a Nationals Nationals wild card qualifier. Also lovely. Orb of Regret's great. These are super cool. I really love these. And it says finalists also get a playmat, and the winner gets a special playmat as well. So you get your finalists here with a finalist playmat, and then the champion gets the gorgeous Gildas playmat. These are all awesome, and as you can see, these are some of the alternate art from the supporter packs that we just talked about. So once again, I tied these things together because it made sense to tie both of these things together. So promotional items were provided by Weebs of the Shore. Additional pricing like product and even cash prizes may be added to our hosting partners. We're already planning all of the regionals in Dawn of Ashes season. We'll be announcing them on May 30th. So if you're interested in when and where, May 30th. Some DOA regionals will be hosting Fractured Crown pre-release side events. Ooh, I really want to go to one of these pre-release events. So Nationals. Moving further up the line, we'd like to introduce Nationals level event. Nationals are at the top end of our Premier Play line. Nationals are an invite-only event. Invites are initially earned by players who have completed and topped in either their Store Champs, Regionals, or Ascent level events. And yeah, you can get some of this stuff, like this kind of stuff at Ascent. Physical invite cards may be traded or sold by their winner. So this is another thing that I think is really cool. So when you win it, you'll get the physical card. And then if you can't attend the event, like the next upcoming event, you can just sell that card to someone, either a collector or someone who wants to compete in the event. And I think that's incredible. And I think these cards will hold value to collectors because they're going to be super rare. Upon redeeming a Nationals physical invite card to enter the event, you will receive a CR version of that card in return. So once again, very cool. If you cash in your card at the event, you will get a collector version of that card. So yeah, that's super cool. When we release our organized play application, the Omnidex, players will also be able to earn national invites by being at the top of the ranking leaderboard. So they have a ranking system kind of like any like League of Legends or anything kind of like that. There's going to be like, you know, diamond tier, gold tier, silver, like that kind of stuff. For Nationals, there will be about a month blocked out once per year in which Nationals will take place. From there, only the top players from each Nationals will be able to move on to Worlds. The 3 Nationals that qualify players for the first Grand Archive Worlds event will be in North America, Southeast Asia, and Oceania. Each Nationals will have a minimum prize pool of $10,000. Pretty sweet. For now, our plans for Nationals rewards will be revealed at a later date, as we hope to make them a little more special and exciting. I hope that, I mean, like, I already think that the rewards for something like the Ascent are really cool, so I'm really looking forward to see what they're doing here. And then, of course, we have Worlds. And so this is the pinnacle, right? Only 16 players will qualify for this event, which is really, really important. It's a smaller, much more intimate Worlds. I hope they do something like casting and coverage. Do some casting and coverage for Worlds. But even if I'm not doing it personally, I would still love to watch some Grand Archive Worlds event coverage. It seems super, super cool. It will take place after a short break from Nationals period. We want Worlds to be special and to be one of our most anticipated events once it's announced. Yeah, for sure. Our goal is to create an epic event, not just for players, but for all the spectators interested in seeing who comes out on top and stands at the peak. It will have a minimum $50,000 prize pool, an additional one-of-one prize card that will be issued to the world champion. You know, that's incredible. Due to the exclusive nature of this event, there will be an Ascent going on at the same time with both Path of Steel and Path of Silver. So it's kind of like a Flesh and Blood kind of thing. So they'll have the Worlds event, and then they'll also have the Ascent going on. So it'll just be kind of like a really fun event that people can go out to and just play some Grand Archive. As we get closer to reaching Worlds, we will share more news on what our plans are and what the rewards will be. I'm super stoked to see all of this kind of stuff. Like I said, I will be attending the first Ascent here, and I'm really, really excited to just play more Grand Archive, to cover more Grand Archive. It's such a great game. And that is our first look into the plans for the Premier Play program. We hope this excites you as much as it excites us, and we are really looking forward to seeing what is to come. And yeah, that's basically what we're gonna talk about today. I'm incredibly excited for Grand Archive in the future of the game. It's starting to pick up quite a bit of popularity here. After launching on TCG Player, cards are selling out. Some card prices are like crazy right now because of how in demand they are. And I think it's just going to get better as we approach the next set, Fractured Crown. Like I said, I will have a spoiler card, and from what I have seen, oh dude, they have some cool stuff. They really have some cool stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think the game is just going to be even more streamlined going forward. This is like their very first set ever, and for Dawn of Ashes, and I think it's really good. And I think, you know, if what we are seeing is going to be true, like they were learning from you know, development as they go, I think Grand Archive has an absolutely luminous future. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if you're going to be going to the Ascent Houston down below. Don't forget, you can sign up at some point today, maybe not literally right now, but I do know tickets will go on sale today on the 20th. So that should be today, the time of this posting, May 20th. Yes. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.